Hey everyone! Welcome back to Study Advice. Now let's talk about studying. We've all been there, right? Those late-night cram sessions, the stress, the feeling of being overwhelmed by it all. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? What if you could actually enjoy the learning process and ace those exams without the drama? That's what we're diving into today. I'm sharing my personal study tips, the ones that have helped me through medical school and beyond, and the ones I wish I knew sooner. We're talking about evidence-based techniques, clever hacks, and simple changes that can make a world of difference. So if you're ready to ditch the all-nighters and actually start enjoying your studies, you're in the right place. Let's get started. The first step to effective studying is getting organized. Now I know what you might be thinking. Planning? Sounds boring, but trust me on this one. Having a plan is like having a roadmap to success. It takes away the guesswork, reduces stress, and allows you to study smarter, not harder. So how do you create this master plan? Start by breaking down your subjects into smaller, more manageable chunks. Instead of trying to tackle everything at once, focus on one topic or chapter at a time. Next, use a planner, whether it's a physical one or a digital app like Notion or Google Calendar, to schedule specific study sessions. Be realistic about how much time you can dedicate each day and stick to your schedule as much as possible. Remember, consistency is key. Visualize your week laid out in front of you. You can see when you're studying biology, when you're practicing math problems, and when you have some well-deserved downtime. This visual representation not only reduces anxiety, but also helps you prioritize and stay on track. Planning your study sessions in advance eliminates that last-minute panic and allows you to approach your studies with a clear and focused mind. It's all about working smarter, not harder, and a well-structured plan is your secret weapon. Let's talk about how to make those study sessions really count. We're going to dive into two techniques that are backed by science and have been absolute game changers for me: active recall and spaced repetition. Active recall is all about testing yourself, forcing your brain to actively retrieve information. Instead of passively rereading notes, use methods like flashcards, creating your own quizzes, or even just explaining concepts to yourself out loud. This active engagement strengthens those neural pathways and helps you remember things better. Now let's talk about spaced repetition. The idea here is to space out your study sessions over time rather than cramming everything in one go. By revisiting material at increasing intervals, you're essentially telling your brain, hey, this is important, keep it handy. Think of it like this. You wouldn't go to the gym once and expect to have six-pack abs, right? It takes consistent effort over time. The same principle applies to learning. Apps like Anki or Quizlet can be incredibly helpful for implementing spaced repetition. They use algorithms to schedule when you should revisit certain flashcards based on your performance. By combining active recall and spaced repetition, you're not just memorizing information, you're truly understanding it and making it stick for the long haul. Our environment plays a huge role in our focus and productivity. Think about it. Trying to study in a cluttered, noisy space is like trying to run a marathon on a treadmill that keeps changing speeds. It's distracting, frustrating, and makes it nearly impossible to get in the zone. So let's create your ideal study sanctuary, a space that promotes focus and makes you excited to hit the books. First things first, minimize distractions. Turn off those phone notifications, silence those tempting social media pings, and let your friends and family know you're in study mode. Next, consider your lighting. Natural light is fantastic for concentration, so if you can, set up your study space near a window. If that's not an option, invest in a good desk lamp that provides bright white light. Now let's talk about sound. Some people thrive in complete silence, while others prefer a bit of background noise. If you're in the latter camp, try listening to instrumental music, nature sounds, or white noise. There are tons of great study playlists available online. Last but not least, make sure your study space is comfortable and inviting. Invest in a good chair that provides proper back support, keep your desk tidy, and personalize your space with plants, motivational quotes, or anything that sparks joy and creativity. Let's be real, staring at a textbook for hours on end is a recipe for burnout. Our brains simply aren't wired for that kind of sustained focus. We need breaks, and we need them strategically placed throughout our study sessions. Enter the Pomodoro Technique, a time management method that has been a game changer for my productivity. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. Repeat this cycle 4 times, then reward yourself with a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. The beauty of the Pomodoro Technique is that it breaks down what might seem like daunting study sessions into manageable chunks. Knowing you only have to focus intensely for 25 minutes makes the task feel less overwhelming. And here's the important part. Use those breaks wisely. Step away from your desk, stretch, move around, grab a healthy snack, or do something enjoyable that helps you relax and recharge. Those short breaks act as mental refreshers, allowing you to return to your studies feeling more alert and focused. Remember, it's not about cramming as much study time as possible into your day. It's about working smarter and maximizing your productivity during those focused intervals. Let's talk about note-taking, but not just any kind of note-taking. We're talking about creating notes that are not only visually appealing, but also enhance your understanding and retention of the material. First and foremost, ditch the habit of writing down every single word your teacher or professor says. Instead, focus on actively listening, identifying key concepts, and summarizing them in your own words. Think of your notes as a concise and personalized summary of the most important information. Use headings, bullet points, and different colored pens to visually organize your notes and make them more engaging. Don't be afraid to get creative. Incorporate diagrams, flowcharts, mind maps, or any visual aids that help you grasp and remember complex concepts. Visual learning is incredibly powerful, so use it to your advantage. And here's a bonus tip: color code your notes. Assign different colors to different categories or themes. This not only makes your notes more visually appealing, but also creates mental associations that aid in recall. Remember, your notes are for you. Experiment with different methods and find what works best for your learning style. The key is to create notes that are clear, concise, engaging, and help cement those important concepts in your memory. We often get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of studying that we forget the most important element: our well-being. Your brain is like a high-performance machine, and it needs the right fuel and care to function at its best. First and foremost, stay hydrated. Keep a water bottle close by and sip on it throughout the day. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and decreased cognitive function, so make H2O your best friend. Next, nourish your body with brain-boosting foods. Incorporate foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins into your diet. Think fatty fish, blueberries, nuts, and leafy green vegetables. And don't underestimate the power of sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. During sleep, our brains consolidate memories and recharge for the day ahead. Finally, incorporate some form of physical activity into your routine. Exercise isn't just good for our bodies, it does wonders for our brains too. Even a quick 10-minute walk or a yoga session can improve blood flow, boost our mood, and sharpen our focus. Let's talk about staying motivated and accountable throughout your study journey. We all hit those motivation slumps, those moments when we'd rather be doing anything but studying. The key is to find what motivates you and create a system that keeps you on track. Setting goals is a powerful motivator. Start with small, achievable goals and gradually work your way up to bigger ones. Write them down, visualize yourself achieving them, and celebrate your successes along the way. Rewards are also a great way to stay motivated. Set up a system where you reward yourself after completing certain milestones. It could be anything from watching an episode of your favorite show to enjoying a delicious treat. Accountability can be a game changer. Find a study buddy, join a study group, or even just tell a friend or family member about your study goals. Having someone to check in with and share your progress with can provide that extra push you need. Remember, motivation isn't always about feeling super pumped and ready to go. Sometimes it's about simply showing up and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. And trust me, the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes. Alright, those are my top study tips to help you boost your grades and make studying more enjoyable. Remember, it's all about working smarter, not harder, and finding what works best for you. Now I want to hear from you. Which tip are you most excited to try? Do you have any study hacks that have worked wonders for you? Share them in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more study tips and productivity hacks, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. You've got this. Happy studying!